Think Red Bull is just an energy drink company? Think again. What if I told you the founder, Dietrich Mateschitz, wasn't just selling you a caffeinated beverage? He was selling an entire feeling, a lifestyle, an emotion. And he built a multi-billion-dollar empire doing it. Today, we're diving deep into the three genius, and maybe a little controversial, tricks Red Bull used to sell what is essentially sugar water for billions. Ready to have your mind blown? Let's get into it. First, let's rewind to the 1970s. A drink called Krating Daeng, which translates to Red Bull in Thai, was already popular in Thailand. It was a simple, effective tonic designed to help truck drivers and laborers stay awake during long, grueling shifts. Now, here's where the genius of Dietrich Mateschitz comes in. He didn't steal the idea. Instead, he saw its massive potential and formed a partnership with the original Thai creators. He took the original formula, added carbonation to make it fizzy, and tweaked the flavor slightly to better suit Western tastes. He then packaged it in a sleek, slim blue and silver can. This brings us to our first lesson. Sometimes, the packaging and the story you tell are far more important than the product itself. The can wasn't just a container, it was a statement. When Red Bull first launched in Europe in the late 80s, they were a tiny fish in a massive pond dominated by giants like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. How could they possibly compete? They couldn't outspend them on traditional advertising, so they got creative. They pioneered what many now call trash marketing. The strategy was simple, but brilliant. The marketing team would go to the trendiest nightclubs and bars in major cities and just leave empty Red Bull cans everywhere. They'd fill up trash cans with them, leave them on tables, and scatter them near the entrance. When partygoers arrived, they saw all these cans and subconsciously thought, wow, this Red Bull stuff must be incredibly popular. Everyone is drinking it. It created an instant illusion of high demand and social proof. On top of that, they designed the can to resemble a battery, subtly suggesting it would charge you up. Then, they priced it significantly higher than other soft drinks. This wasn't a mistake, it was a deliberate move. The high price created a perception of premium quality and potency. It wasn't just a drink, it was a luxury, a tool for high performance. Now for the third, and perhaps most audacious trick. While other companies were content with simply sponsoring sports teams or events, Red Bull took it to a completely different level. They didn't just sponsor teams, they bought them. They created them. Think about it. Red Bull Racing in Formula One, Red Bull Salzburg, and RB Leipzig in football, Red Bull New York. Their name isn't just a logo on a jersey, it's part of the team's identity. They didn't just market to the culture, they became the culture. They transformed from a beverage company into a full-fledged media house and sports franchise. And who can forget the Red Bull Stratos project? When Felix Baumgartner jumped from the edge of space, it wasn't a 30-second commercial. It was a live, historical event, watched by millions around the world. Red Bull didn't just create an ad, they created a moment in human history, forever associating their brand with pushing the absolute limits of possibility. Of course, this astronomical success story isn't without its darker side. The very product that fuels this empire has faced scrutiny. Some studies, particularly those involving animals, have raised concerns about the health effects of high-caffeine energy drinks, with some showing signs of stress and anxiety in lab rats. Yet, despite the controversies, the Red Bull business machine churns on relentlessly. Every single second of every single day, over 300 cans of Red Bull are sold somewhere in the world. It's an unstoppable force. So, what do you think? Is Red Bull's strategy a case of pure marketing genius, a dangerous game of pushing boundaries, or a bit of both? I'm really curious to hear your take on this. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content that makes you think. See you in the next video.